The girl stepped off the train clutching a paper with my name on it, her hands shaking like she already knew she was about to lose something important. When she looked up at me, her eyes filled with tears and she whispered, "You ordered the wrong girl." I smiled, slow, steady, certain, because the moment I saw her, I knew the truth would break us both before it healed us. "No," I said quietly. "I ordered right." The train hissed like a tired animal as it pulled away, leaving dust, silence, and a girl standing alone on the platform. She was smaller than I expected, wrapped in a thin coat that did nothing to fight the Wyoming wind. Her suitcase looked older than both of us, the leather cracked, the handle held together by twine. She stared at me like I was a mistake that had learned how to breathe. "My name is Caleb Walker. I own a ranch that stretches farther than loneliness ever should. When the nights grew too quiet and the days too long, I did what desperate men have done for generations. I ordered hope on paper. A mail-order bride. A promise typed in ink and signed by strangers who claimed love could cross oceans faster than fear. Her name, according to the letter, was Anna Petrova. 24. Seamstress. Brave. Willing to start again. But the girl in front of me looked terrified. "You're Mr. Walker?" she asked, her accent soft but trembling. I nodded. She swallowed hard, then shook her head as if refusing reality itself. "There has been a mistake. I am not the girl you ordered." People nearby pretended not to listen. They always do when something fragile is breaking. "My sister," she continued, voice cracking. "She was supposed to come. Anna. But she is sick. Very sick. The agency said if someone did not come, the contract would be broken. They sent me instead. My name is Mila." I studied her face, the honesty, the fear, the courage it took to admit the truth when she could have lied and survived. In that moment, something inside me settled. Not excitement. Not relief. Certainty. "No," I said, setting down my hat so she could see my eyes. "I ordered right." She stared at me like I'd spoken nonsense. "You don't understand. I cannot be your wife. I did not agree to this. I didn't agree to be alone forever either," I replied gently. "But here we are." That was how it began. Not with romance, but with truth laid bare like open ground waiting for rain. The ranch house was quiet when we arrived, the kind of quiet that presses against your ears. Mila stood in the doorway like a guest who expected to be thrown out at any second. I showed her the spare room. I told her she owed me nothing, not a marriage, not a promise, not even gratitude. Just time. Time is dangerous. It lets feelings grow. The days passed slow and heavy. Mila helped in the kitchen, fixed torn clothes, and spoke little. At night, I could hear her crying through the walls, the sound slicing through me worse than any blade. I wanted to fix it. Men like me always do. But some pain demands patience, not solutions. The town noticed. Whispers spread faster than wildfire. A cowboy who bought a bride and got the wrong one. A foreign girl with no ring and too many secrets. Then came the letter. Anna had died. Mila collapsed when she read it, grief tearing through her like a storm. I held her as she shook, as she screamed into my chest like the world had finally ended. In that moment, I understood something terrifying and beautiful. I didn't order a wife. I found a soul who needed a place to land. And I was already falling. The night she tried to leave, the house felt emptier than it ever had, even before she packed her bags. She stood at the door with tears in her eyes and said, "If I stay, I will ruin your life." That's when I told her the truth I'd been hiding from myself. "You already saved it." Mila believed love was a debt she could never repay. She believed staying meant stealing something she hadn't earned. So she planned to disappear before her heart betrayed her again. I found her at dawn, suitcase by the door. "I am not your wife," she said, voice steady but eyes shaking. "And I never will be. You deserve someone who chose you." I stepped closer, careful not to crowd her fear. "I didn't choose you because of a contract. I chose you because you stayed when you could have lied. Because you grieved openly. Because you look at the world like it might still hurt you, and you live anyway. The town pushed back harder after that. A man from the agency arrived, demanding Neela return, claiming breach of agreement. Papers were waved. Threats made. I stood between them and her like a wall built from bone and promise. She's not property, I said. She's not a replacement. She's a person. And she's staying, if she wants to. Everyone looked at her. For the first time, Neela spoke without fear. I want to stay. The silence afterward felt holy. We didn't marry that day. Or the next. Love isn't rushed when it's real. We worked side by side. We laughed, real laughter, the kind that surprises you. She taught me patience. I taught her how to trust quiet again. When I finally asked her to marry me, it wasn't with papers or promises written by strangers. It was with a ring I carved myself and a question I'd waited a lifetime to ask. Will you choose me? She smiled through tears. I already did. Sometimes the wrong order delivers the right miracle. Sometimes love doesn't arrive the way you planned, but exactly the way you needed. And when it does, it asks only one thing in return: the courage to choose it back.